Record in progress. Record progress. Record progress. Record progress.
Okay, thank you very much for joining this session tonight. I'd like to appreciate everyone that is with us. Today is a special time again for us to meet together. And special thanks to everyone who has been very active and was deemed it fit to join us in tonight's session. I'd like also someone to confirm if I'm audible enough for you to hear. Can someone confirm, please? Because of network, I'll be...
Yes, you are.
No.
We can hear you.
Okay, thanks a lot. It's okay. Thank you so much. Today we are is to help everyone.
Recording in progress.
Okay. The purpose of this session tonight is to help everyone that is in this community to be able to, first and foremost, break free from limitations, labels, limitations, and environmental conditions. Secondly, to rediscover their true identity in God and in purpose. Thirdly, to gain clarity on why they exist beyond survival, money, and pressure. And lastly, to begin to live intentionally and not accidentally. We're looking at this the topic we are looking at today. The network is throwing me on and off. I think I will just make do with my other device. Please just confirm that you can hear me right now while I continue. We're looking at this special topic, knowing who you are and
Coach, we can't
understanding
see your
why
slide
you
again. No.
exist. Yes, my system is connecting, and right
Okay,
now
thank you.
I'm
No
using.
problem.
Yes,
Okay.
I'm using my phone. The network on the system is okay. So we just go straight to the subject right now. Knowing who you are and understanding why you exist. I'd like you to know that this is very, very important because this is foundational. Now, when identity is clear, purpose becomes inevitable. When purpose is clear, direction becomes unstoppable. You all bear with me that if you don't know where you're going, everywhere looks like it. If you don't know who you are, you can accept anything from people. You can accept just anything from people if you don't know who you are and if you don't know where you are going. So that's why
Recording in progress. Recording in progress.
Please, we can't hear you.
Can you hear me now, please? Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now, and we can see your slide.
Yep. Yeah, so sorry about the network issues. Let's go straight. Understanding self beyond labels and environment. Just like I said previously, identity is clear, purpose becomes inevitable. And when purpose is clear, action becomes unstoppable. So let's dive into it. What is identity? Identity is the internal picture you hold about yourself that governs your behavior and shapes your future. Identity, please mark that word, is the internal picture that you hold about yourself that governs your behavior and shapes your future. Identity is the clear understanding of who you are in a core. What is your core? What do you understand about yourself? This is beyond your. So this identity we're talking about is beyond all the ephemerals, the failures, whatever it is that have buffeted you, whatever it is that is an issue for you. Okay. Now, how do we
Recording in progress. Recording in progress. Recording in progress.
become aware, and what are those things that contribute for us being understanding ourselves better? Now you have to answer these questions. Who am I? Identity answers this question. Or who am I? What defines me? Who am I? That your path, your job is not your identity. Your past is not your identity.
Recording in progress.
Your past is not your identity. Your job is not your identity.
Your job is not your identity.
Now, where do you get your identity from? Your identity is circumstances. Circumstances are correct. The identity is foundation. When you confuse these two, you begin to live small. You begin to live in fear, afraid, and limited. Okay. But when identity is clear, purpose becomes easier to discover. So when identity is confused, destiny can become delayed.
We can't hear you from here, please.
It's okay. I think the presentation without slide show, because it keeps on being on and off on my system. So I hope I'm audible. Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you
Please
now.
confirm that you can hear me.
We
Okay,
can
so
hear you good.
just bear with me. Let me just continue without the slides right now so that I can get the best out of it. Okay, now let's I'm continuing. We're talking about identity versus circumstance. Now, every one of us have circumstances surrounding us. Circumstances answer, where am I now? The identity answers, who am I becoming? You have to come to the terms that your job is not your identity. Your past is not your identity. Your struggles are not your identity. Your family background is not your identity. And also that circumstances are temporal, but identity is foundational. When you confuse these two together, you begin to live small, afraid, and limited. When identity is clear, purpose becomes easier to discover. When identity is confused, destiny becomes delayed. Ask yourself, who am I becoming? Now, if you look at any successful person today in the world, around you, within the country, within your location where you are, there is no successful person that have not identified himself to be successful. It is the foundation of identity that gives that person what that person is. If you look at Dangote, for instance, he identified himself that this is what he can do, and he ventured into it. He has in his own, testimony that he started very early, selling sweets, but he had a seed in him, which is what? Being a global businessman. So this particular successful person in the world, in the life today, that does not know themselves and what they can do. Now, who are you becoming? Every decision you make is a vote for your future version of yourself. Every decision. Because decisions that you make daily are what formed you into the kind of person that you are today. Now, what you read matters, what you tolerate, what you believe, who you listen to, what you repeatedly do. Because you are not defined by intentions, we are all defined daily by consistent choices. The choices you are making every day is what defines you. I used to tell people, if you don't like the result you are obtaining right now, please change what you do daily. If you continue to do what you used to do before, you cannot have a different. It is widely known that doing a particular thing in the same direction and expecting a different result from what you used to get before is simple definition for insanity. So what do ask yourself this question? If my life continues like this for the next 5 years, who will I become? In the current level I am now, ask yourself, if my life continues like this for the next 5 years, who will I become? And secondly, is that person someone I admire? The person that I will become, is that a person that I admire? These questions are very, very important, because if we're able to answer this question, you'll be able to mirror yourself to where you are now and picture yourself to what you expect yourself to become in the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years. If the way you are going currently, by your choices, by your decisions daily, will not take you there, then you will now be able to change your steps, change your decisions, and change your life. So, but there are certain beliefs that have let go so that you can make progress. Limiting beliefs, and this is identity based. So, breaking identity based limitations. And I'd like you to know that most of these limitations are not physical, but they are identity based, they are internal. They are internal conditioning. You can say something like, people like us don't see. this is, this is how family has been, for my forefather, now to me, this is how we have been. I'm not good enough. I cannot do it. I'm too young or I'm too old. These are not facts. They are false identities. The Holy Book says, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. What has been stored in your conscience, in your mind, in your heart of heart, that's what comes out from people, whether intentionally or unintentionally. So what are we to do? We have to change them. We have to change these beliefs, because you cannot outperform the identity you accept. The identity you are working with today is what produce the result that you see in any area of your life. And this is why this is key. Who you think you are will determine the kind of result that you produce. The level of your result right now is the level of, acceptance of self. And acceptance of yourself has to do with, accepting that what you can do now is what you can do. Some people feel they can take the world, like Elon Musk, and they are taking the world. Some people feel, well, my own portion is just within my locality, maybe just my state or my local government or where I am presently. I cannot expand to other states. Some people think that they are, they can take the entire state by owning different chains of businesses in different local governments, in different. Here, please. This network is something else today. Please, can someone confirm?
We can hear you now, sir.
Hello there, can you hear me?
We can hear you now, sir.
Thank you, sir. So you cannot it's all right. Thanks a lot, sir. You cannot perform the identity you accept. This identity issue is very, very serious because it is foundational to anything and everything one will become in life. To break identity-based limitations, one must reject false labels. You shouldn't accept anything. Okay, so we just continue from where we stopped. So you cannot outperform the identity you accept, and to break identity-based limitations, one must reject false labels. And what are false labels? Those things that I've highlighted. Some people will tell you are not good enough, you cannot do it, you are good for nothing. Some people will tell you that, do you think you're like others? Did you come from a rich family? It didn't come with this or that. So what do? Replace them with truth. Reinforce them with action. Replace them with what you have identified as your own, as your own identity. When you replace them, enforce them by acting. How do you act them? They are telling you you are negative, but you are acting positive. And each time you act, whatever you act impacts upon your mind, your mindset that this is who you are. That's why the first time you do a thing, a pathway is created in your brain to record that particular action that you have done. The next time you are going to do it will not feel like the first time. Why? Because your mind creates so many pathways per day. Every time we, we do something new. That's why if you achieve a thing today, the next time you are doing that particular thing will not feel like the first time. Our mind has capacity unlimited. Our mind is so elastic. How can you think that somebody will venture into something that is global, that every human being on earth is benefiting from it? What kind of mindset does such person possesses? Have you ever asked yourself, for instance, the president of the US, what kind of mindset does he possess? He can be doing 10 things to 10 countries at the same time. Meanwhile, the US is so big that it's enough of a work for somebody. That is the kind of identity he has become. That's the kind of identity he has created for himself. So ask yourself this question, this exercise. What label have I accepted that has limited me? What kind of statement have I accepted? Who told me that I could not? Who told me that I could not dare that vision or dare that dream? Who told me that I cannot go and register that company? That I cannot do that thing that I've written down since December, that from January 2026, I will commence doing? Who is the person that told you that you cannot achieve it? So your subconscious mind must be fed must be fed with what you know that is your lot, what you know that's your identity. What truth must replace the lies that you are told? Because if you don't have a truth to replace the lie that you are told, you cannot conquer the lie. So, next, what comes naturally to me? You're talking about strength, weakness, values, assessment. What comes natural to me? What drains me? What do I stand for, even when it's costly? These are assessments that will be able to bring yourself up to page of both what you can do, what you stand for, what comes naturally to you. Now, I posted a video earlier this week, the first one I posted, how to discover your purpose. Now, that's the next thing we're going to right now, purpose discovery. Because discovery, when you have identified yourself, what, your identity. Now, that is when purpose can find real fulfillment or real meaning to you. If you don't know who you are, just like I said before, or if you don't know where you are going to, everywhere will look like where you are going to. That's why we cannot live like somebody who does not have direction in life. If not, anybody can give you direction. Without you having direction for yourself, anybody can give you direction. So discovering and clarifying why you exist. Why do you exist? What is the purpose? And I'd like you to know that nothing that you are seeing around you today that is not created for a purpose. In case you are listening to me now from a phone, from a laptop, from any type of device at all, they are serving the purpose they are created. In case you are sitting, the chair you are sitting on was created for a purpose, for you to give you comfort to sit. So there is nothing around you that's not created for a purpose, including you. You are the first purpose created. But so many people think that purpose is just about money and survival. Purpose is deeper than paying bills and chasing comfort. Many people does not realize that money is a tool for purpose. Survival is basic. That's why if you look at the Maslow's law of hierarchy of needs, the first one on the very bottom is so big. That's the bottom line. Is survival. Basic. That's the basic aspect of life, survival. What will I eat? What will I drink? What will I clothe on? But purpose is beyond that. Purpose is impact driven. You were created to solve a problem, not just to survive a system. There's nobody today that is not created to serve a particular purpose, a particular problem. We are created to serve people, to serve humanity. So when we realize this early, then we begin to be at the center of our destiny. Now, when purpose is absent, life can feel very busy, but at the end of it, you will not be fulfilled. It will just be empty. So it just feels hollow or just shallow. Motivation disappears. So that's why every day we ought to ask ourselves, why do I wake up? Who am I sent to? What problem breaks my heart? Why do I wake up? Why do you wake up every day to go to work or to go to your business venture? Is it just because of the money? Or is it because there's a purpose that you have to serve? And that takes me to what? Gift, passions, and burden. Now we are diving deep into this, then I'd like you to listen carefully. Now, purpose sits at these three things that I want to mention. Purpose sits in between. Purpose sits at the intersection of these three things. Number one is your gift. What do you do effortlessly? What do you do without so much work that others intending to do it or trying to do it find it difficult? What is that thing that comes easy for you? It comes easy for you, but others in fact, some things that come easy for you, some people are studying in university for it, or doing one sort of course here and there for it, to learn it, and do an apprentice for it. But it comes easy to you. What is that thing? What is your gift? What is your passion? What excites you? What energizes you? What's your burden? What bothers you deeply that others ignore? And I'd like to say this to you, that what annoys you may be pointing you to what you are assigned to fix. What is that thing that annoys you? That may be a pointer to what you are assigned to fix. So what is your gift? What have you recognized that is something that you do with passion? These are pointers to what you are assigned to do. These are pointers to what you are assigned to do. And when these things are recognized, that's where purpose begins from. So many great men today will tell you that so many people started a foundation because they saw children that were homeless, and it breaks their heart. How I wish I have resources put together to build a motherless home, an orphanage, to put these children there and be able to cater for them. That's where a vision is born out from. And before you know it, the person may even start with one room, taking care of somebody, paying somebody's school fees in a primary school. And before you know it, life begin to come together and things begin to fall in place. So your purpose is often hidden in what people always ask you for help with. What is that thing that people always ask you for help with? What is it? What you can't stop thinking about? What is that thing that you cannot stop thinking about? What gives you fulfillment, not just applause? What is that thing that gives you fulfillment? That when you do it, some people, they just find it very easy to help people. Maybe they are working in an office, their colleague is finding it difficult to do a particular assignment, a task, and that is what is their flair. That's their hobby. That's what they find easy to do. They quickly help out to do. So what is that thing that gives you fulfillment? It doesn't matter whether somebody clap for you or not. That is a pointer to what you are assigned to do. Now, purpose is not discovered in isolation. I like to still refer you to the second video that I posted earlier on in the platform, that some things that may be struggle to others is what some other people does easily. But I'd like you to know that even after discovery of this purpose, you have to put in some work. Many people pray for clarity, but they live in the opposite direction, in contradiction of this, of the purpose they claim they have served, that they have found. Purpose requires discipline. Purpose requires structure. Purpose requires daily alignment. Because if daily routine is not inevitable. So what is
the thing that you need to put in place, discipline. If you have noticed that this is what you are supposed to do, or this is how, this is what you have identified as your strength, as your gift, as your passion, as the burden in your heart, then you need to be disciplined to ensure that in case you need to, hone that skill, learn it more. That's why you see today, I was surprised. I was surprised when somebody, whether it was a documentary I watched or somewhere, that the manager of David makes more money than him because he manages all his affairs, everything. He's one that bargains for sure, that bargains for how much is paid. And there's already an agreement of what comes to the manager per time. So that is what subjecting one's gift to discipline, to structure, to alignment. That's why you see there's nobody that is high class today. There's nobody that has global recognition, relevance, that does not have discipline, structure, alignment in place. If not, those that fail to have it in a short while, you no longer hear of them. So as we begin to round up today, I'd like you to journal this in yourself after this meeting. What you believe you existed to do. What do you think you exist? Ask yourself, meet with yourself. Take your seat, sit well with your book and your pen, and ask yourself, what do I exist to do? What do I believe that I exist to do? Who are the people that have been called to serve? What is the problem, that have been assigned to serve? Now, I like to make this statement that everyone is sent to somebody. We are not sent to trees. We are sent to humanity to make an impact on the sand of time. So, what do? Sit with yourself and ask this question: what am I created to do? And in closing today, when you know who you are, you stop begging for validation. When you know why you exist, you stop competing unnecessarily. Don't forget, when you know who you are, you stop begging for validation. You don't do things for people to notice you or to know you. Oh, that this is who you are. This is no. Great people, they live freely. They know who they are. They don't need a platform to tell them this is who they are. They know who they are themselves. Great people, if you take all the cars, the houses and everything, it doesn't change what is inside of them, because they know who you are is settled inside of you, irrespective of circumstances around you. That's why, as I round up, there is no rich man today. Or let me use the word worthy man. There is no worthy man today that is not worthy in his mindset first. Every wealthy man has obtained wealth in their subconscious, in their heart of hearts, before it begins to materialize. And that's why we place value on knowledge. That's why we are going after knowledge, to ensure we enrich our mind first. Then it will automatically begin to show forth in our lives. So whatever you are not seeing in your life presently, manifesting physically or in your result and other things, is because you have not been able to come to that knowledge in your mind to manifest that. If it's in business, if you're at a level of income presently in business, in career, and whatever, then there's a need to be a retransformation, a reconfiguration in your mind to the level of the result that you desire. So that's why in the next 14 days, as a community, we are going on our first book reading. We are going on our first book reading, and the title is The 7 Habits of Highly Successful People. The 7 Habits of Highly Successful People. And I've already posted the plan, the 14-day reading and application plan, just from tomorrow, 15th to 28th of February. And daily reading time, 40 to 45 minutes. We are reading for understanding, not for speed. We're not dealing with anybody. We are reading to understand. And as you read, you jot out 3, 4 or more takeaways you have daily. And what makes it transformational? Whatever you see as, as a knowledge, as something that strikes within you, you put it down and put it into action immediately. That's how people change. That's how people transform. So this reading is to transform one. It's not for information. And after we get this information daily, we should endeavor to share it. We should endeavor to share our takeaways and whatever we have learned from that material. I've already posted the ebook on the platform, and I'd like us to take advantage of it as we go forward. Thank you so much for listening. And at this point, I'd like to ask for our feedback, our questions. So sorry that we couldn't, I couldn't display the slides so that we can see. I can post it on the platform so that we can go through it by ourselves. So please, any question, any addition, any contribution. Thank you so much for listening. Please, the floor is open. Who is speaking, please?
Okay, thank you, Coach Samuel. Thanks, Coach
You're welcome,
Sam. Yes, my comments have been sent in through the chat. I don't know if you can read them.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yes. Oh, wow. This is beautiful. Power of the subconscious mind. Yes. No more self-limiting belief. Things are created twice, first in the mind and second in reality. Absolutely. It's when our subconscious mind has been trained to be the best version of ourselves, is naturally manifest in reality. So any other comments? Any other do we have question? Now let me tell you the truth. If in your subconscious mind level is 100,000, if somebody dash you 10 million, you will spend that money until it gets to 100,000. Then your system will start working perfectly. Your system will adjust to the level in which it is. But if you are 10 million personality in your mindset, in your subconscious mind, you have developed yourself to the extent that 10 million, you can handle it and multiply. If somebody give you 1 million, it's just a matter of time. It will grow to 10 million. That is your level. Okay, so more contributions. More. Please ask question. Anywhere you have, ask question. Is somebody there? Why is everybody muted?
Okay, Coach Sam, my own is
Yes, sir.
trying to put together something like a simplified practical process to self-discovery. I know you made mention of things that you do easily without struggling. Also, something that you have passion for. For me,
Okay.
that is very good. But there is a foundational distractions for everybody, especially if you live in a country like Nigeria. You said something. Money is actually power, and it's very, very. If you watch, a lot of people have very tall dreams, beautiful dreams they can hatch, but most times the distractions or maybe the current situations they find themselves when they don't have any sponsor or let me say a mentor, to help them break to the next level or break into reality most of their dreams. Most times they remain where they are and sometimes even die with their dream. So in certain situations, even when you have those beautiful dreams, You have those things that flow with you. But what are the determining factor of making things happen? It's still money. And money is not very easy to come by when you don't have basic foundations. At least you must live in the city. Some of us grew up in the village, but at some point, naturally, after graduation, you went for youth service. We did everything possible to make sure that we don't go back to the village, even if it's to find anywhere or anyhow, no matter how bad it is, to be in the city, because that is where opportunities are. But some people could not, find any uncle, any friend, or any attachment, and before you know it, they fall back to the village. With their beautiful results and everything, they still remain there. So I'm just looking at, it's still like life, no balance. But even in the midst of that, what you are doing is a very mind-changing thing. I believe with time we will reach out more and a lot of people will benefit, because even listening to you, I'm beginning to ask myself a lot of questions. Are there ways we can simplify and meet all the distractions? How one can discover his purpose? And what is the place of money in all this we are discussing? What is the place of money in all this we are discussing? I don't know if it's a question or a reaction. Thank you.
Wow, thank you so much, sir. I can relate with this scenario that you have painted. There's nobody that did not start from somewhere, actually. Our current situation as a nation, though is limiting, but it has before us. Right from the village, as you said, I'm familiar. There's nobody that is not from one village or the other, no matter who you are. Even a village that I've turned to a city today was a village yesterday. So it all boils down to your desire. I've seen tremendous people, excellent people that didn't even go to school. They didn't even see the four walls of a university. Some people are dropouts. Some are just primary school leavers and they are doing excellently well. I've seen some people who cannot even speak good English, but their mindset. Okay, what about Dr. Maduka? We have so many examples of people. But if I may use the story of Dr. Maduka, for instance, I'm sure you know him, and I'm sure we are familiar with him, Charis, the director, the CEO of Charis.
Yes, we know him.
Into so
He
many
also came
things.
to my mind when you are speaking.
Yeah, exactly. Till date, is one of my favorite person that I listen to. Till date, he cannot speak very smooth English. But as I tell you today, where he is, some presidents cannot get there. Not by political whatever, but by he has been able to refine his mind. He's a studious person till tomorrow. And how do I go about answering this your particular question? Anywhere somebody is, the desire for change must be established first. When I was in the village, when I was growing up then, I realized that what? I desire better life. That desire has to be established first. I desire something better out of my life. I've written JAM, written all manner. In fact, JAM, how many times? I can't even remember whether it was 4 times or yet. But I desired something. Initially, I said, no, I'm not going to go to anywhere except in university. When I did university, it didn't go. I went to Polytechnic first. So the first point is desire. What do you really want to become? What is desire does not mean you have to go to first. But if it can even be as easy, I want something better. I don't want to end like my father or like my mother. Where I am now, I don't want to be like the people around me. That is the first thing. That's the seed of change, of transformation of somebody. Then from there, you begin to, for ways you can be helped. If you are going to a church, if there's a seminar, if there's any avenue of learning at all, you quickly plug into it. Instead of going to a party or visiting friends, can I visit somebody who can teach me? Can I relate with somebody that is higher than me? Now, I've not gotten admission. Can I find somebody that is that is doing better that I want to become. The kind of person that I want to become. Can see that person in somebody. The person is within my reach. That is not in my level. I can plead with person, please, sir. I can seek an audience with that person and say, please, I really love what you are doing. Can you teach me? Or can you even mentor me? Can you give me counsel? That is where it begins from. And as they give you counsel, you implement. As they give you counsel, you implement. Now, part of the things that I do, any book I read, any book I'm reading, jot out reading a particular book. Okay, I'm on a particular. Okay, network is still dealing with us. So let me round up by saying that such person should never give up, no matter where you are, no matter surrounding such individual, should always reach out to anybody, just study the person as well, to ensure that the person will also lead you astray. Somebody that you see over time that has proof of identity, proof of what they are doing, that they are doing it well, and they have been on this journey getting result consistently. And by that, and open yourself for learning. Sir, you cannot move from point A to point B without knowing some certain knowledge, without having some certain knowledge in life. If you don't, there's some knowledge you have where you are now, you will have 10 times, you will just, when knowledge grows in a man, your result also grows. So please let a person seek knowledge. Then knowledge brings money. The more you know, the more you earn. The more you know, the more you become better. Money is earned and attracted by the kind of person. If you become better, your eyes will open better. Why is Dangote seeing money everywhere and venturing into everywhere? So there are so many things to it. There are so many things to it. But if you have identified such that is need counsel, you can connect them. You can connect them to our community. They can also reach me one-on-one so that it will not take too much of a time. There are a lot of things to it, but if we listen to the level the person is per time, we can be able to generate specific answer tailored to the circumstance can move forward. Thank you so much for that question. And as a matter of, because I'm not able to share this slide, I'm going to post it on the platform. Please do well to go through it, and also to start our own book reading tomorrow. We have the soft copy on the platform. If you have a hard copy, we commence tomorrow. We'll stick to the reading plan so that we can all go together at the same pace. Thank you so much. Do you have any further question, any further contribution? So that we'll prepare to round up. Okay, so let's prepare to round up before network we throw us out again. Thank you so much. Please, if you have any question, please unmute your mic and ask. If not, let's remember our book reading commences tomorrow, and every other thing will be posted on the platform. Please check from time to time and put yourself along with it. Mr. Angus, I still recommend that if you are not going through those 2 videos, go through them, and you can get some insight from there. Okay. Thank you so much,
Yeah, I will go
everyone,
through
for
them.
joining.
I've actually not been active. I will go through it.
Yes, it will help a lot. Some of these questions will just be answered. Some of them will just be answered, and we'll be all better off. So certain things will be posted on the platform. Let's go through.
Okay, thank you, Coach Sam. Thank you very much. Good night.
Good night. Thank you, Coach Sam.
Good night, everyone.